the Word of God. If you have your Bibles with you, please turn with me to Luke's Gospel, chapter number 14. I want us to start to read from verse number 25. Luke's Gospel, chapter number 14, verse 25. And the Bible says, large crowds were traveling with Jesus. And turning to them, he said, if anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Now, before we continue with this scripture, I think it's becoming very clear that the business of becoming a disciple is serious business. Jesus is excluding a lot of people when he tells you that before you become a disciple, you must be able to hate your father, hate your mother, hate your brother, and hate your sister. So we are dealing with some serious things. It is also interesting that Jesus himself is the one who said that you need to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And yet in this portion, he's telling you and I that we better hate our father, hate our mother, hate our brothers and sisters before we are qualified to be disciple. This is serious. Verse 27. And whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? For if you lay the foundation and are not able to finish, everyone who sees it will ridicule you, saying, this person began to build and was not able to finish. Or suppose a king is about to go to war against another king. Won't the first sit down and consider whether he is able with 10,000 men to oppose the one coming against him with 20,000? If he is not able, he will send a delegation while the other is still a long way off, and will ask for terms of peace. Bible says, in the same way, those of you who do not give up, those of you who do not give up everything, you cannot be my disciple. Salt is good.
Ndiponso munyu ni wabwino.
But if it loses its saltness,
koma ukataisa niponso usoti wache,
how can it be made salty again?
Ushekodi zapangidwa soti motani mobwerezera.
It is fit neither for the soil
ndipo sizokwanira kukhala niponso kwa doti,
nor for the manure pile.
oro mwine mwatse kukhalako niponso za manyowa.
It is thrown out.
Ndipo itayidwa.
Whoever has ears
aliyense ali ndi kutu
to hear,
ndipo mukumva,
let them hear.
lekana mvere.
Amen.
Amen.
Now the story that we have read
ndipo utenga omwe taberenga
are the words of Jesus himself.
ndipo ni mawu ya Yesu Kristu iyeka.
They present to us a very serious situation.
ndipo asonyeza kwa ise zopitamo za nditu.
I know that you're a young person and so you love fun.
ndiponso ndizo ni mwazichepere ni mkonda zosangalalisa.
But the truth about life is,
koma za zonadi za moyo ndizi,
it is serious.
ndipo ni za serious.
As much as it can be fun,
momwe zingakhalire zosangalirisa,
as much as it can be enjoyed,
momwe zingakhalire zokondweresa,
there are aspects of life
ndipo zilipo zosonyeza
that
za moyo
require your serious
zamene
attention.
zifuna serious yanu mukuyanganira.
One of those things that I've
ndipo
been
zina za izi zinthu
assigned to talk about in this
ndipo
conference
zomwe nayikiza kulankhulapo muri uyu
is
msonkhano,
the issue of decision making.
ndipo ni nkhani yopanga sankho.
And in making decisions,
ndipo mkupanga masankho,
it is key for you to understand
ndipo ni fungulo kwa inu kuzindikira
that there are what I describe as destiny decisions.
ndipo zilizomwe nikambira ukamba kuti masankho ya zasogolo.
That's why I want to speak to you today
ndipo nifuna lankhule kwa inu
on a
siku ya
message
lero,
I've entitled Destiny
ndipo
Decisions.
pautenga omwe nayikiza kuti sogolo yosankha.
Because your life
kamboti moyo wanu
is a summary
ndiponso ni zolankhulapo
of the decisions that you have made.
ndipo za masankho yomwe mwapanga.
Destiny
ndipo sogolo
is a concept that most of us talk about, but
ndiponso ni ganizo omwe ambiri bayise timalankhulapo,
yet we don't fully understand.
ndipo sitimazindikira mokwanisirira.
Destiny,
ndipo sogolo,
in my simple explanation,
ndipo mchimasulo changa chachidule,
is your destination
ndipo ni njira yomwe muyendako,
that was ordained of God.
ndipo mwenayikizidwa ndi Ambuye,
The final place that God wants you to end up.
ndipo malo yosiriza amene Mulungu afuna kuti mukhalepo.
So destiny involves
ndipo sogolo ikiza
a journey.
ndipo ulendo,
It's a journey that you are taking in your life.
ndipo ni ulendo mwene munyamuka moyo wanu.
And as you go along that journey,
ndipo pamene muyenda muri uyu
you
ulendo,
are faced with many turns,
ndipo muonana nazo zosiyana
many
siyana,
corners.
ndipo makona ambiri
And so you
ambiri,
must make decisions
ndipo funika kupanga
that
masankho
are in line with the destiny that God has
yamene ali
called you for.
munjira ndi sogolo mwe Mulungu akuitanirani inu.
The problem that we have today
ndipo vuto tili nayo lero,
is that most of us young men and young women,
ndipo ambiri bayisa nyamata ndi asikana
we
chepere,
don't have a backbone of iron
ndipo tilibe niponso mbuyo olimbika
or a
nsimbi,
backbone of steel
olo mwine mwatse mbuyo olimbika
to
ntonse
make
nsimbi,
destiny decisions
ndipo kupanga masankho ya
that are going to
zasogolo
count for the kingdom of
yamene
God.
zakhala yopendesera za ufumu
I
wa
want you to
Ambuye.
know that
ndipo
revival
ndifuna ndikuziwise
is
mchisimuso,
far placed
ndiponso niyoyikisidwa
until
kale,
God raises for himself
ndipo pomwepo Ambuye atazimira
young
iye
men
yekha,
and young women
ndipo achepera
that
zimayi
are
ndi
willing
azibambo
and ready
amene ali ozifunira
to
ndi
make
ozikonzekera
destiny decisions
kupanga masankho ya masogolo
that would determine the future
yamene
of their life.
sasonyeza zasogolo ya moyo wawo.
And if I do anything today,
ndiponso ngachita chilichonse
want to
siku ya
stir
lero,
you to make the right decision
ndipo funika mpange sankho yoyenera
so that you will go in the place that
kuti
God wants you
muyende
to
mu
go.
malo amene Mulungu afuna kuti muyendemo.
The devil is a liar
iye mcherekezi ni
and the
wabosa,
father of all
ndipo
lies.
iye ndiye tate wa
He
mabosa,
wants you to make
ndipo afuna
decisions
mpange masankho
that will
ino
destroy your
yamene
destiny.
asaononga sogolo
The
yanu.
Bible says
Malemba
you
nena
shall know the
kuti
truth
ndipo
and
mzaziba
the truth shall
chonadi,
set you
ndipo
free.
chonadi
In
chizakumasulani,
the house of God
ndipo
today,
mnyumba ya Ambuye
you will
lero,
learn the word of a living
ndipo
God.
musaphunzira mawu
And
ya
as you
Mulungu
leave
wa
this
moyo,
place,
ndipo pamene msichoka pale
you will
ano
leave
malo,
this place with a capacity
ndipo msachoka pale ano malo
to make destiny
ndikwanisirira,
decisions
ndipo
for
kupanga
God.
masogolo ya masankho.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
So destiny decisions
So pano masankho ya sosogolo
are decisions that lead you to a certain desired destination. If we go back to the text that we just read, Jesus spoke to people who were traveling. They were moving with him. He turned back to them and began to speak certain things. I want to share with you some principles that Jesus spoke that will enable you to make destiny decisions for your life. The first principle is in verse 26. Let's read it. And the Bible says, if anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. So the first principle of destiny decisions is the principle of first things first. What Jesus was trying to tell his disciples, or the people that were trying to follow him, is that in life, not everything is as important as everything else. So in understanding God, you must place God where God is supposed to be. In relation to your father and your mother, when you look at God, God should occupy the highest place. So that when you look at the way you love God, in comparison to how you love your father and your mother, your brothers and your sisters, it will look as if you hate them, because God is God. The first principle is first things first. You need to learn how to prioritize. Can I pause right there? Because there are certain decisions in your life that are more important than other decisions. That's what the Bible says. Jesus said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. To make a proper destiny decision, you must be able to align first things first. There is always an order of decisions. It's important to make the first decision first, the second decision second, and the last decision last. If you mix up the order, you find yourselves in problems. So one of the things that you need to know is to locate the most important decisions in your life. Can I suggest to you, child of God, that the first most important destiny decision you make is for Jesus Christ as your Lord and as your Savior. If you have not given your life to Jesus, then you have forgotten what the first thing is. The first thing is to give your life to Jesus. That's the most important decision that you'll ever be faced with. When you've made that decision, you have given your life to Jesus Christ, I suggest to you that there is another destiny decision that you have to make. That is the decision of who you will become in life. What is it that you will do for a living? What is your calling? What has God put on your life to do? Am I talking to young people in the building today? That is a destiny decision. When you have established Jesus in your life, you need to also establish what will you become. What has God called you to do? That's the second destiny decision that you have to make. Child of God, do not underestimate how important it is for you to make a correct and accurate decision about who you're going to become, about what profession you will follow. It's not just about you making money. It has to do with you fulfilling what God created you to do. Because whether you like it or not, you haven't come here for yourself. You came here because God created you. And therefore you must follow His purpose and His will. The Bible says many are the plans of a man, but the purposes of God shall prevail. There is a destiny that God has for you, and you must find it. When you find your destiny, you find your peace. When you find your destiny, you find your prosperity. When you find your destiny, you find the presence of God. You find your happiness. You find your joy. Some of you are depressed today because you've made a wrong decision about your destination. This is a call for you to realign your life to what God has intended and ordained for you to be. Somebody shout yes. There is a third decision that is important for you to understand, and that is, apart from giving your life to Christ, apart from who you will become in life, you have to make up your mind at one point or another if you're going to get married. If you decide that you are amongst those of the marriage type, then you also have to make a destiny decision about who you're going to marry. Now you may be looking at me like I am talking about things that are far-fetched. You are not too young to know that these are the decisions that you have to make in life. Because whether you know it or not, the person that you marry has a great impact on your destination in life. It's not just about lipstick or how long somebody's hair is or how deep their voice is. It's about destiny, child of God. And so if you're going to link up with somebody, you have to be aware that they'll be able to assist you to get to the place that God wants you to be. Marriage is a destiny decision. Are you following me? So the first thing is keep the first thing the first thing. That's the first principle. There is a second principle that Jesus was trying to bring to us. Verse number 28. Chapter number 14, verse number 28. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost? The second principle is what I describe as finishing the project. The concept of finishing is so important to God. That's why Jesus, when he was on the cross, he cried out in a loud voice. He said, "It is finished." It's important for you to understand that destiny decisions are about you finishing the project that God has given you to finish. It's one thing to start a project. It's another to finish what we have Most of us know how to start, but we suffer from poor finishing. And understanding your destiny, you must be able to finish the project that God has given you. In being able to finish the project, there are things that Jesus said. He said, sit down. Turn to the person sitting next to you and tell them, sit down. Come on, tell them, sit down. But they're asking you, look, I'm already seated. So what are you talking about? I am talking about understanding your posture. Sitting down is an expression that you have taken to consider the seriousness of the matter. We are living in an age that is so instantaneous, where we are pressured to make quick decisions. I think the worst decisions that are made are those that are made under pressure. Jesus is trying to tell us that if we're going to make destiny decisions, we must be able to take some time and sit down. The other expression in this portion is that we need to count the cost. Now, counting the cost is a very interesting concept, because counting the cost means that you are considering the price before you purchase. This is necessary, and this is a problem that most of us have in Africa. We are very excited about a lot of things, and so we jump ahead of ourselves. We start with projects that we can finish because we don't take the time to think. If there's anything that the Pentecostal church needs to go back to, is to understand the power of thought, the power of analysis. Listen, God is an intelligent God. God is not afraid of your thoughts. In fact, He says that His thoughts are above your thoughts. So God's level is above our level anyway. What God wants us to do is to be able to plan things. That's why the Bible says many are the plans of a man, because you must have a plan for your life. If I look at you today, if I sit you down today, will you be able to tell me the plan for your life? Or are you just living your life without any plan? Prayer is vital. Prayer is necessary. But after you have prayed, you need to do some planning in line with what you have prayed for. If you're going to be a man or woman of destiny, you've got to understand the importance of planning. Don't be afraid to plan. The devil is a liar. He wants you to walk without a plan. Chimbwe, no plan. But I want you to understand that God is here because He wants you to plan your life. It's when you plan your life that God will step in. He may mess around with your plans, but that's okay. At least He's found you with a plan. Are you following me? This is an individual problem. This is also a national problem. We are living in a family of nations. Where as a nation we just walk and move around. We follow the west. We follow the east. And then we go back to the south. And then we go to the north. God wants us to have a plan that we can stick to in order for the destiny of our nation to be confirmed. Destiny decisions are about counting the cost, about considering the price before you purchase. It also means you have to look at your resources. You have to look at your capacity. You have to look at what you're able to do. I'll never forget. When I was going to the university, I was faced with a decision on what I was going to become or what I was going to study. I had a lot of friends because I was at a school called David Kaunda National Secondary Technical School then. DK. David Kaunda. In those days, that school was a very special school because you didn't choose that school. That school chose you. So depending on your results, the school determines that you're supposed to come here because of the way you've performed. It was a technical school, so there are a lot of sciences that we were doing. Woodwork and metalwork, geometrical mechanical drawing, pure sciences of physics, mathematics and chemistry, biology. And so most of my friends had made up their minds that they were going to become either doctors or engineers. Now, they said that they couldn't become economists or lawyers because they felt that that was for people who were not as intelligent. So even me, even though I had wanted to become a lawyer even by then, because of my friends, I was scared. So I said, I'll become an engineer. Talk about destiny decision. So because of that, I had to go and follow a program at the university that required me to study natural sciences. I had to do A-level physics, A-level chemistry, A-level mathematics, because I was preparing myself to become Zambia's next best engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to confess to you that my first year at the university was the roughest experience I ever had in my life. Whilst my friends were enjoying physics, I couldn't understand anything. While my friends were understanding and appreciating A-level mathematics, trigonometry, calculus, I had a problem because it looked like Greek to me. I had made a decision that was against my destiny. At the end of my first year, I was almost kicked out of the university because I failed mathematics. I spent most of my time studying, but for some special reason, I was not able to make it. I remember the time when I got my results.
ndipo akumbuka nthawi anatenga ma results.
I was crying.
Ndipo anali kulira.
I was crying.
Ndipo anali kulira.
Because I didn't understand why I failed.
Ndipo sanazindikire ninji alepera.
Then I began to pray because I was a Christian then still.
Ndipo anambopemphera mbota nali
And
Kristo
to pray in the Spirit.
Ndipo anambopemphera mu mzimu.
Pray in the Holy Ghost.
Ndipo kupemphera mu mzimu.
That's what they taught us. When you don't know what to pray for, pray in the Holy Ghost.
Ndipo panasimuza zopemphera
The Bible
pempherani mu
says that he
mzimu.
who prays in the Spirit edifies
Ndipo malemba
himself.
kuti amene apemphera mu mzimu asilimbisa
So
yeye.
I began to pray.
Ndipo anayamba kupemphera.
Tears coming out of my
Ndipo ni
eyes.
misozi kutuluka
And saying,
manso.
God, why?
Kuti ambuye ninji.
What has happened to me?
Ushekodi nchanja chitika kwa
As I
ine.
began to pray,
Ndipo mwatayamba pemphera.
God began to show me
Ndipo ambuye anamba kuwalangiza.
through past experiences
Ndipo zopitamo
that the real
zakale.
thing that I was supposed to become
Kuti zinthu mwe zofunika iwo
was
kukala.
something that I was afraid to do
Ndipo zinsi zomwe nayo
because of
pakuchita.
what people were going to tell me
Kamba za anthu mwe kundiuza
and
ine.
what they were going to think about me.
Nosasaganiza pa ine.
I realized
Ndipo
I had
anazindikira.
made a wrong decision
Ndipo anapanga sankho sayenera.
based on the wrong principles.
Ndipo kuikiza niponso
And for me
amasankho
to be
sayenera.
able to get to where God wants me to be,
Ndipo kwa iwo kuyenda momwe nganafuna
I have
tibayende.
to make another destiny decision
Ndipo funko panga sankho ina
in line with
sasogolo.
the destination that God has for me.
Ndipo munjira mwe Mulungu afuna timpangiremo sankho.
I had to make a very costly decision.
Ndipo nali kupanga sankho asotengera
I had to
zambiri.
decide that instead of going into my second year,
Ndipo sote ayende niponso msimu yeya chibiri.
I had to go back into my first year
Ndipo funa tabwerere mu yeyo yambira.
because now I was determined
Koma tsopano nakhala
to
wikisirika.
become a lawyer.
Kuti nzakhala loya.
Whether you like it
Kwa loti mwasikonda.
or yes,
Olo mwina mwatsa nditu.
whether you like it or not,
Oti mwasikonda
I had
oyayi.
made up my
Ndipo
mind
napanga
that I
maganizo
was going to
yanga.
do this.
Kuti nzachita
I had
izi.
sat down.
Ndipo nakhala
I had
pansi.
considered.
Ndipo
I
nayanganira.
had counted the
Ndipo
cost.
napendesera
And I said,
sofunika.
whatever it
Ndipo
takes,
zonse
I'm going to do
zatengera.
everything
Ndipo
that
zachita
God allows me
zonse.
to
Soma
do
mbuya zanisonyeza
to
tinchite.
become what He has
Ndipo
called me to
kukhala soma
become.
iye anditano tinikale.
So I stand before you
Ndipo naimira
as
pasogolo
one
paino.
who has had
Ndipo nsoma iso
finish
mesinali.
the project.
Ndipo kusirisa
By the
zachito.
grace of God,
Mwachisomo cha Mulungu
I can announce to you
ningakusiwisireni inu
that I am a lawyer
kuti iwo na loya.
of 12 years standing.
Ndipo 12 years yapitayo.
But it didn't come easy.
Koma sizinabwere niponso
It
mofewa.
came through counting the cost.
Ndipo zinaanza mkupendesera
It
zofunikirika.
came through sitting down and being
Ndipo
serious about
zinaanza
life.
niponso mkukhala pansi nikuganizirira.
This brings me to the third point.
Ndipo zineta fungu la
And the
chitatu.
third point is
Ndipo fungu la chitatu
in
ili.
verse number 31 of Luke
Ndipo
chapter
mndime
number
niponso ya
14.
31 chapter ya 14 ya Luka.
The scripture says,
Malemba kuti
or suppose the king is about to go to war against another king,
ndipo mwina mwatse fumu afunoenda ku nkhondo ndi fumu ina.
won't he first sit down and
Ushekoti
consider?
sazakhala pansi ndikuyanganira.
Now notice that this phrase sit down and consider appears again.
Ndipo anganirani kuti amalangulidwa kukhala pansi ndikuyanganira
That's
yalankhulidwanso.
how important this principle is.
Ndi momwe sisofunikirira iganizo.
But listen to this.
Koma mveserani kwa izi.
Won't he first sit down and consider whether he is able with 10,000 men to oppose the one coming against him with 20,000?
Ushekoti sazankhala pansi kuganizira kuti azakwanisira kususa iwo ana 20 pamene iye ana 10.
The third principle
Ndipo funga la chitatu
is what I call fight or befriend.
niponso menyera olonkhani pa chibwenzi.
Fight or befriend.
Menyera olonkhani pa ubwenzi.
The destiny decisions
Ndipo masankho azasogolo
require you to make a decision
ndipo yafuna inu kupanga
either
zasankho.
fight what is
Mwina
coming
mwatse
against you
kumenya nazo zipera msogolo
or to
mwanu.
befriend it.
Olo mwine mwatse zipanga
And in
zinzanu.
making that decision,
Ndipo mukupanga kwa
you
sankho iyi
must be able
mufunika kukhala okwanisirira.
to take stock
Ndipo kuyetengako
of your
zopendesera.
own ability.
Ndipo pa zokwanisirira
There are
zanu.
things, child of God,
Kuli zinthu mwana wa
that
Mulungu
God has given you.
zomwe Mulungu apasira
The
kwa inu.
abilities that God has given you.
Ndipo zokwanisira zomwe Mulungu
In
apasira kwa inu.
choosing your profession.
Ndipo mkusankha za ntchito yanu.
In choosing what you will become in the
Ndipo
future.
mkusankha zomwe msakhala msogolo.
Don't ignore the abilities that God has given you because they're
Osatayirira
natural.
niponso zokweza zomwe Mulungu apasa mbati nzofakirira.
They are natural abilities that God has given to you.
ndiponso ni zaukhalido zomwe mulungu
And it's
apasira
those
kwa
same
inu
natural abilities
ndipo ni zaisanu zonkasikilira
that
za
God wants
umuntu
to use
zomwe mulungu afuna
for His
tasewenzese
glory.
ndipo kwa ulemerero wace.
If I look at my own life,
ndipo akangana
I
pa moyo
see
wawo
His grace,
ndipo aona chisomo chace
because God somehow,
kamwati mulungu munjira ina yace
even before I got saved,
kakale kutsana kale opulumusidwa
began to prepare me for the things I'm doing right
ndipo
now.
anambo ndikonza pa zinthu zomwe nchita sopano.
I used to stand in church
ndipo anali kuyimirira mu mpingo
at 8 years of age
ndipo pa msingo kwanira 8
to
years
read scripture to people.
ndipo kuwerenga malemba kwa anthu
I didn't know that that was a sign
ndipo sana ziotera
that one day
chisonyezo
God would tell me to go to Mount Zion
kuti niponso siku ina mulungu
and
azandituma
speak
ku
the
Zion
word to His people.
ndipo nikulankhula mawu
For
yake
He
kwa
was
anthu wake
preparing me from
kamoti
then.
nali kundikonza sikera
What am I
nthawi
saying to you?
ushekodi nankula
There are
zotani kwa
things that
inu
are happening in your life
zipo pa zinthu zomwe zichitika mu
that
moyo
God
wanu
is using to
zomwe
prepare
mulungu
you
asebenzesa kukonzani
for your destiny.
ndipo kwa sogolo yanu
Don't ignore,
ndipo
don't
satayisirira
despise
ndipo sabwezera
God's
pansi
training for your life,
ndipo ndiponso makonzero ya mulungu ku
because
moyo
they will
wanu
count for your future.
kamoti zisakhala mwasasogolo.
So fighting or befriending,
ndipo kumenyera onkhala pauno zanu
you must be able to
mufunika onkhala okwanisirira
understand your own ability,
ndipo kukanisirira sokwanisirira zanu
but you also must be able
ndipo mufunika onkhala
to
okwanisiriranso
understand the ability
ndipo kuzindikira
of what is
kwanisirira
coming against
zomwe
you.
zibwera msogolo
You
mwanu
must be able to be aware about your environment.
ndipo kuyang'anira zomwe zili kuzungulirani
You cannot start war
ndipo simungambe nkhondo
with a person that you know
ndi munthu omwe mziva
is going to destroy you
ndi munthu omwe mzateza
unless
kuonongani
your prayer has been to be destroyed.
popoka pemphera kuti tinonongeke.
Fight or befriend.
menyera olonkhani paunzanu
This concept
ndipo iganizo
also suggests
imaletanso
that you
ganizo
must be able to look at different alternatives.
mufuni kuyang'anira niponso manjira osiyana
Usually in life,
ndipo mwandithu mu moyo
there are options that life brings to us.
ndipo pali masankho yomwe moyo uleta
There
kwa
are
ise
different options that you
ndipo
can
kuli
take
masankho osiyanasiyana omwe
depending
mungatenge
on the circumstances.
ndiponso kuyang'anira pa zopitamo.
Are you following what I'm saying?
ushekodi msatira zomwe nilankhula
So you must be able to recognize the options.
ndipo mfuniko nkhala okwanisira
The
kuyang'anira
options are
zopita
dependent on the information that you receive.
ndiponso zosankha ziyang'anira pali utenga omwe muli
So
nawo
information becomes critical
ndipo utenga wanu ukhala
for this
oopsa
whole process of destiny decisions.
ndipo yonse zopitamo mukusankha za
The
sogolo
reason why making decisions in a haste manner is not right
ndiponso mopangira masankho muzena ntawo
is
sizoyenera
because usually by the time you're making that decision,
ndipo pa nthawi omwe nimpanga
you
masankho
haven't had all the information.
ndipo mulibe utenga onse okwanira
And when decisions are made without information,
ndipo mutenga upangidwe kupanda utenga
usually chaos comes after that.
ndipo zopyeza zimasatira.
There is a principle of fight
ndipo kuliganizo ya zomenyera
or befriend.
omwe namwatsi okhala anzanu.
There is a fourth principle
ndipo kuliponso phunziro achinayi
that I want to conclude with,
ndipo mafuna kuti asirize nayo
and that is
ponso iyo ndi
the principle of following good examples.
ndipo kusatira zisanzo zabwino.
Follow good examples.
kusatira zisanzo zabwino.
And that's what it's all about. When the Bible talks about salt losing its saltiness,
ndipo malemba panakamba ti munyu niponso tayisa niponso
you need to follow good examples to avoid being flavorless.
ndipo mfuniko konka zisanzo zabwino timusatayike kununkhira
When we
kwanu.
talk about being flavorless, that means you have lost your effectiveness and your
ndipo kamba
efficiency.
timwatayisa niponso kwanisira kwanu nzotengera.
Whenever you make a decision that is impinging on your destiny,
ndipo mukapanga sankho mwesusa nisogolo lanu
and that negatively impacts your destiny,
ndipo ipangisa kutengeza destiny yanu munjira
you
yosayenera
become more ineffective
ndipo munkhala opanda
in
zotengera
what God has called you to do and
somwe
to be.
mulungu akuitanani kuti muchite kuti mukhale.
That's why it's important
ndiye mwayi chinthu chofunika
that you follow good examples.
kuti musatira zisanzo zabwino.
I want to suggest to you
ndipo ndifuna ndipereke ganizo kwa inu
that the most important destiny decision,
ndipo zofunika zopanga za sogolo
or should I say amongst the most important destiny decisions
omwe namachanga kuti pa zofunikira za
that
masankho
was
yofunika
made on earth,
zomwe zinapangidwa pa ziko
is
lapansi
during the time that Jesus was being born.
ndipo ni nthawi yomwe Yesu anali mkubadwa.
Remember that the birth of Jesus was prophesied
kumbukirani kuti kubadwa kwa Yesu kunaneneredwa
hundreds and hundreds of years before it occurred.
makamu ya mayezi mponso sanachitike.
In fact,
ndipo mwanditu
we are told in Genesis,
when
Adam and Eve fell, that as God declared judgment over them, He also declared that He will bring forth a seed that will crush the head of the serpent. That was a very prophetic word concerning the arrival of Jesus and the impact of His life on the devil. So, two people were confronted with destiny decisions. Joseph and Mary had to make very critical, serious decisions. The entire world depended upon the decision that Joseph and Mary was going to make because it involved Jesus Christ. Are you following me? I want to look at both perspectives. The perspective of Joseph, to make it simpler, the way Joseph looked at things and the way Mary looked at things, to help all of us understand how we can approach destiny decisions. Joseph is a representation of men. Mary is a representation of women. I know we're living in a time of gender equality. Say what you want. Men and women, both created in the image of God, equal in the sight of God, but they are different. The way in which a man approaches decision making differs from the way a woman approaches decision making. If you look at the story of the birth of Jesus in Matthew chapter 1 verse 18 to 25, we'll see the perspective of Joseph. The Bible says this is how the birth of Jesus, the Messiah, came about. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph. But before they came together, she was found to be pregnant through the Holy Spirit. Because Joseph, her husband, was faithful to the law and yet did not want to expose her to public disgrace, he had in mind to divorce her quietly. But after he had considered this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, Joseph, son of David, don't be afraid to take Mary home as your wife. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. Verse 24, when Joseph woke up, he did what the angel had said and took Mary home as his wife, but did not consummate their marriage until she gave birth to a son, and he gave him the name Jesus. Amen. Few things I want to point out from this. When Joseph was faced with a destiny decision, he considered the issue that was before him. And like any man, he already had a logical solution to solve the problem. Men are very good at finding solutions to problems that just pop up. So Joseph had brought out his bag of solutions and took out a solution, saying, I'll put her away quietly. What is important to understand that the decision of Joseph was influenced by the information that he had. He was thinking that Mary had gone astray, that she had an affair with some guy somewhere, and therefore was impregnant. And so he thought, look, I'm going to put her away, but I'll do it quietly. I don't want her to be scandalized. Are you following me? Are we being real today? Don't know which man in their right mind who is engaged to a woman. Then you find that before you get married, this woman is expecting. And you know that you are not responsible. I am not sure that you will go ahead and marry. Don't look at me like you are holy. You know what I'm talking about. So Joseph was about to do what any other person would have done. But then in the process of him considering, and that is why it is important for you to take your time when making destiny decisions. In the process of him considering, he received some new information. He received some new knowledge. And he was told that what happened to Mary has nothing to do with that guy Peter at the market. It's something that has to do with God's eternal plan for mankind. So this thing is bigger than you, bigger than Mary. It has to do with the redemption of the entire human race. And so when Joseph had that information, he was able to make a destiny decision. Child of God, information is key. That's why the Bible says, to your faith you need to add. You need to add some knowledge to your faith. Get some understanding. In all you're getting, get some understanding. When people come to me, young people come to me, and they tell me that, hey, Brother Chanza, I want to become this great doctor. I want to be healing people in the hospital, walking around in a white robe. Everybody's calling me doctor. I look at them and I laugh with them. But I ask them to say, do you have all the information? Do you understand what you're about to commit to? Information is key. Another thing that you have to understand from Joseph's perspective, the destiny decision that Joseph made had implications in terms of his sexual life. Again, don't look at your Bible right now. Look at me, because I'm talking about things that are important. I want you to follow this, because we read these stories in the scriptures and we forget that they are factual accounts of what actually happened. Real men and real women faced with real life experiences. And here was Joseph, a man about to get married. When you are about to get married, the thing that is not on your mind is about having prayer meetings with your wife. Come on. Am I talking to real people? That's not the thing that you have on your mind. In fact, I remember before I got married, and for a lot of people, I seemingly got married a bit later. And we used to be scared because my friends and I would tell each other, we better marry quickly, because if we don't, as we go to the altar, we'll hear the trumpet sound, and Jesus will appear, and it will be time to go home. And we all know there's no marriage in heaven. So I know even if you're looking holy because your pastor is there, you know what I'm talking about. When a young man and young woman are thinking about getting married, they're hoping of enjoying the privileges of marriage. So when Joseph decided to take Mary as his wife, he was making a decision against his sexual urges. Destiny decisions many times will demand that you make decisions that are against your sexual urges. Destiny decisions require you to have sexual discipline. You can't achieve your destiny and sleep around with every gym and jack. You will not achieve your destiny and sleep around with every gelita and every Jane. Are you hearing me? The Bible tells us that when Joseph decided to take Mary as his wife, the scripture says that he knew her not until she gave birth. So that is delayed gratification. Most of us in today's weddings, you can see how serious the couple is about doing what married people do. When the pastor says, I now pronounce you husband and wife, even before the pastor finishes his sentence, the man is holding the woman and the woman is holding the man, and things are already happening. You know what I'm talking about. But the Bible says that Joseph, he made a decision that he was not going to touch his wife. And that was against his sexual urges. We need a generation of men that are able to make decisions that are sexually discipline. Are you following, child of God? There was also the issue of reputation. Because this child that was going to be born was not Joseph's, there was a reputational risk. Because people will say about Joseph that he couldn't wait before marriage. He is the one responsible for that child. Others would say Joseph is a sissy. Joseph is a sissy, he's a weak man. He's a man under petticoat government. How do you marry a woman who is impregnated by somebody else? But Joseph made a destiny decision against his own reputation. You are not ready to be used by God. You are not ready for your destiny until you are able to make a decision that may even be against your own reputation. Destiny decisions. Man, that you make decisions that may rescue your reputation.
ndipo pamene angaopyeze mponso za utenga wanu.
And destiny decisions
ndipo masankho yazasogolo
require you
ndipo yafunira inu
to have faith in God.
kukhala nacho chikhulupiriro mwa Mulungu.
Joseph had to believe
iye Yosefu analitsabe mkukhulupirira
that it wasn't Bugs Bunny,
kuti iye ndiponso sana kudizidwe ndiponso za mbuyomo,
some cartoon
ndiponso
that had
zolankulira
come into his dream,
ndipo zomwe zabwera
that was
ndiponso
telling him
maloto
stories.
zonzomuuza nthano.
He had to believe that that was the word of the Lord.
anakhulupirira kuti ali ni mawu ya
So he had
Mulungu,
to have faith.
ndipo tifunka nacho chikhulupiriro.
So that's Joseph's perspective.
ndipo ndiye malo ndiponso yanganiramo ya Yosefu.
Can we look at Mary's perspective?
ndipo tiyanganire mponso malo ya Maria.
Luke chapter 1.
Luka 1 ndime ya 26.
In the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy,
ndipo pakati pa chaka mimba ya Elizabethi,
God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth,
ndipo iye Mulungu anatuma mngeli Gabriel ku Nazarethi,
to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph.
ndipo kuli mnamwali iye atali nonjezedwa kwatiwa ndi
The
Yosefe.
virgin's name was Mary.
mnamwali ina yake nali ni Maria.
The angel went to her and said, "Greetings,
ndipo mngeli anapita kwa iye nati moni,
you who are highly favored, the
iwe
Lord is with
ochitidwa
you."
chisomo cha pamwamba, Ambuye ali ndi iwe.
Mary was greatly troubled at his words
ndipo iye Maria anavutisidwa ndi
and wondered
malankhulidwe
what
aya,
kind of greeting this
ndi
may be.
kudabwa kuti maposedwe aya yali motani.
But the angel said to her, "Do not be
koma
afraid,
mngeli anati kwa iye usakhale oopa,
Mary, you have found favor with God.
iwe wapeza chisomo ndi Ambuye,
You will conceive and give birth to a son,
ndipo uzakhala ndi pakati nikubereka mwana,
and you are to call him Jesus.
ndipo limukumwitsa zina yake Yesu.
He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High.
azakhala wapamwamba ndipo azayitanidwa mwana wa Mulungu
The Lord God will
wamwambako,
give him the throne of his father David,
ndipo Ambuye azampasa ndiponso ufumu wa tate wace
and he will
Davide,
reign over Jacob's descendants forever.
ndipo azalamula pali iwo mbado wa Yakobo mwamuyayaya,
His kingdom will never end."
ndipo ufumu wake suzatha kumatero.
"How will this be?" Mary asked.
ndipo kodi zakhala motani? Maria
"Since
atafunsa.
I am a virgin."
motero ine ndili mnamwali.
The angel answered, "The Holy Spirit will come on you,
ndipo mngeli anati mzimu woyera uzaza mwa iwe,
the power of the Most High will overshadow you.
ndipo mphamvu ya iwe wamwamba izapimba
So the
iwe,
Holy One to be born will be called the Son of God.
ndipo iye oyera obadwa zachedwa mwana wa Mulungu.
Even Elizabeth, your relative,
Kakhale iye Elizabethi niponso mbale
is
wako,
going to have a child in her old age,
azakhala naye mwana mu msinkhu wake waukulu.
and she who was said to be unable to conceive
ndipo iyo mwatanenedwa tisokwanisa kubereka,
is in her 6th month.
ndipo ali pakati pa chaka.
For no word of God or from God will fail.
kamboti kulibe liwu kapena mawu yochokera kwa Mulungu
Listen
azalepera.
to what Mary said.
ndipo mverani zomwe
"I
Maria
am the
atanena,
Lord's servant.
ndipo ine ndine kapolo wa Mulungu,
May your word to me be fulfilled."
lekani mawu yanu kwa ine
Then
yakwanirisike.
the angel left her.
ndipo
Amen.
mngeli atamsiya. Amen.
Now, faced with the same situation,
ndipo kukumana nazo zimozimozi,
the greeting that the angel gave to Mary,
maposhedwe mwemoni ataleta mngeli kwa Maria,
the scripture reveals
malemba asonyesa
that Mary was troubled.
kuti iye Maria
In other words,
anavutisidwa.
the first thing that was touched
ndipo zoyamba chinakuzidwa,
was Mary's feelings.
ndipo nizakumva za mthupi mwa Maria,
Because women
kamboti iyo azimayi
are usually
ndipo mwanthawi
moved by emotions.
ndipo amatengedwa ndizakumva za thupi.
That is not to say
ndizo sizakulankhula kuti
there is no intellect there.
ndipo tipalibe
Because the scripture
zazoganizirira.
tells us that after she was troubled,
malemba atuza pomwe iye
Mary
anavutisidwa,
did something very interesting,
anachitako chinthu chokondweresa kwambiri,
very powerful,
ndipo
and very
champhamvu,
commendable.
ndiponso choyenekereka.
Mary asked a question.
anafunsa Maria funso.
She said, "How shall these things be?"
ushekodi izi zinthu zizakhala motani?
Destiny decisions
ndipo masankho
are
yazasogolo
made by people
ndipo yapangidwa ndi
who are
anthu,
able to ask the right question.
ndipo amene ali okwanisa kufunsa mafunso yenera.
Before you get married to that guy,
ndipo msanakwatiwa kuli uyu mzibambo,
ask the guy how he loves you.
ndipo mfunseni mzibambo ni motani akukondani.
Before you get that job,
musanatenge ntchito,
ask them how they're going to pay your salary.
ndipo afunseni motani nzalipiridwa.
Before you go into that course,
ndipo msanaende maphunziro aya,
ask them how they lecture.
ndipo afunse naphunzitsa motani.
Questions are vital
Ndipo mafunso niyofunika.
because they are an opening to new information.
Ndipo yamasegula kuzautenga za sopano.
If you don't ask a question,
Ngati simufunsa funso,
you may leave with insufficient information.
ndipo mungakhale ndi utenga usepekera.
And so I commend Mary
Ndipo mwaichi ni kumzimikizira
for her
Maria.
capacity to ask questions.
Ndipo kwanisirira kwake kufunsa funso.
A lot of things in your life
Ndipo zinthu zambiri mu moyo wanu
will be better
zisakhala maubwino.
if before you did them,
Ndiponso msana
you
zichite.
ask the question how.
Ndipo msafunsa kuti motani.
So ask him. If he tells you he loves you, ask him how.
Ndipo akati ndikukondani mfunseni motani.
If he fails to explain, know that chapter closed.
Ndipo akalepera kumasulira zivanu
Are you listening to what I'm saying?
tizautavala.
If you're embarking on a career, ask yourself how.
Ndipo pera mwenda pa Zakaria
The
zifunsa
question
kuti motani.
how is a question of methodology.
Ndipo iliwe kuti hao ni njira niponso
It's a question
yazophunziriramo.
of detail.
Ndipo ni njira niponso yazofunika.
And men, we can learn a lot about how women pay attention to detail.
Ndiponso azibambo tingapunza memwazi mayi amaperekerera niponso zomvesera ku zinthu.
And this woman Mary
Ndipo iye Maria anati
asked how.
anafunsa motani.
Notice that Joseph didn't do the same thing.
Ndipo anganiano ti Yosefe sanafunse.
So questions are vital.
Mafunso niyofunika.
Another thing that you have to understand that Mary did
Ndipo china tumemfunika kuyang'ana zamwe Maria anachita.
is that she was very conscious of her sexual state.
Ndipo iye anali oganizirira niponso pa zathupi lace.
Because she said, I am
Niponso anati nili.
a virgin.
Niponso mnamwali.
Number one.
Choyambira.
So she was aware
Ndipo anali nayo
of
ganizo.
her sexual purity.
Niponso zathupi lake mkuyeresa.
And child of God,
Mwana wa Mulungu.
it is not bad, it is not wrong
Ndipo sichili chosayenera.
for you to believe
Ndipo kwa inu kulupirira.
and to uphold
Ndipo nikugwiririra.
your sexual purity.
Ndiponso kuyeresa kwa thupi lanu.
Destiny decisions demand
Ndipo zosankha za
that
sogolo
you keep
zifuna
yourselves pure
kuti mzikize nunoka
from
oyera.
sexual sin.
Ndiponso kuli uchimo za dama.
Mary said, I am a virgin.
Maria anati ine nili mnamwali.
But she also said, I am a maid servant.
Niponso ananenanso ine niponso ndine
the Lord's
kapolo
servant.
omverera.
She knew who she was.
Ndipo iye anaziwa omwe anali.
She was not intimidated.
Ndipo sanali opesedwa.
If you're going to make a destiny decision,
Ndipo nga mzapanga sankho za sogolo.
you need to be able to appreciate your sexual purity.
Ndipo mfuniko nkhala oyamikira niponso
You need
zathupi
to be
lanu.
able to appreciate
Ndipo mfuniko kwanisira kuyamika
who you are
omwe inu muli
before the Lord.
kwa ambuye wanu.
The fourth thing is
Ndipo chachinayi ndi
you
ichi.
need to obey.
Ndipo